You heard what the Treasury Secretary had to say in terms of trying to get something done by August. Is that realistic in your mind?
Yeah, it's realistic, and Becky did an amazingly great job because it was neat to just hear that wide breadth of the discussion of everything from economic growth to hopefully the president's tax plan that we hope to see in the next few weeks.
Thank you, Congressman. I appreciate it.
Congressman, the other thing I just wanted to try to understand, which we're all trying to understand, is what kind of tax rate do we think is realistic, and how revenue neutral does it ultimately have to be?
Well, a couple things, a couple mechanics here. We do have dynamic scoring in our rules now, which is something that had not happened in previous years. And let's face it, there's a reason it takes 30-year gaps before you do big-time tax reform, because it's hard. I've had more people march through my office, tell me they love it, hate it, and often they'll stand in my hallway and argue with each other. Let's face it, it's always about the money. But the Treasury Secretary, even yesterday with Becky, reiterated this is about economic growth. This is about expansion of our job base, and it's also about simplification and fairness. And I think if we can stay on that, just that focus, we're going to produce a plan out of the House Ways and Means Committee. We'll see the president's, hopefully, also in the next couple of weeks. Then it will be up to also seeing what the Senate produces.
Yeah, Congressman, the president yesterday said everybody seems to want this border adjustment. Maybe it's something we should do, and I think I want it, which was different. People before were saying that it wasn't part of the president's notion. There's a lot of senators, Perdue and others, that are basically not on board with this, and it would only take a couple to kill it. But then you got Paul Ryan and others in the House that really want to do it. I don't know how this is going to finally work itself out, and I hope Congress, you know, the Republicans in the Senate and the House aren't going to somehow, what does it do to get it perfect? You kill the overall, whatever that expression is.
Let the perfect be the enemy.
Let the perfect be the enemy, because it should be simple.
It's still early in the morning for colloquialisms.
Well, it should be big and it should be simple. Is the border adjustment tax simple? I mean, that's...
Actually, in the way it ultimately is cleared, it actually is fairly simple. Can we get our brothers and sisters in the Senate, though, to at least step up and admit that the rest of the world does have a tax arbitrage on our system, with their VAT system and our income tax system, and with the refundability of the VAT on products heading our direction, we get arbitraged. If some of our friends in the Senate have a great, brilliant suggestion, we'd love to hear it. But so far, we have not heard their version of how to fix this problem.
Congressman, the other big question is tactically, in terms of the timing, what comes first? The view is that Obamacare, to the extent that there is going to be an effort to make this revenue neutral, that you'd have to do Obamacare first. Do you believe that's the case?
I actually, in some ways, the timing is partially driven by the need to do much of this through the reconciliation process. If a number of our friends on the Democrat side in the Senate will not be playing nice, and we have to do this in a process where we have to do it in the Senate with 51 votes, the mechanics end up sort of driving the calendar.
And what's your expectation in that regard?
I actually believe you'll do a number of the taxes and the financing side on the ACA, and then the next opportunity we have in reconciliation that we've built for this calendar year will be used for the income tax reform.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.